Hi, this is Vanessa and Laura from MMA Candy, and today we're going to show you guys a triangle from close guard.
So I'm going to clear the hands like I would as I'm going for a Kimura. I trap one wrist. I'm going to move my hips away from that hand and sit up to here. I'm going to go to the back of the neck, grabbing the back of her neck, post one hand, post the opposite foot. I'm going to go for my bump sweep, and she's going to post. From here, I'm going to swing my leg out and jump back for the triangle. Once I get to here, I'm going to make sure I hammer down on her back. I'll lift up my hips, push the arm over. Then I'm going to trap her arm there using my elbow. I'm going to grab the back of her head to control her posture. I'll reach up, grab my shin. The other foot is going to go to the hip. I'm going to pivot towards the arm, and I'm going to bring this shin behind her neck. I'll lock up my triangle, squeeze my knees together, and crunch. I'm going to clear the hands off my stomach, get wrist control on one arm. I'll push my hips away from the arm that I trap and sit up. I'm going to grab the back of her head. I'm going to post up on my foot in the opposite hand, sit up to bump. Okay. I'll set her up by letting her post her hand on the mat. I'm going to swing this leg out from underneath her, jump back for my triangle. From here, I'm going to finish by lifting my hips up, pushing the arm over, and then bringing my knees back into my chest. I'll trap her elbow with my elbow and grab the back of her head to control her posture. Reach up, grab your shin. The other foot's going to go to the hip, and you pivot towards the hand. Lock up the triangle again. Pinch your knees together and crunch. Okay, so I'm going to clear her hands like I'm going for a Kimura. Then I'm going to get wrist control on one hand. I'll scoop my hips away from the hand that I control and sit up. My hand's going to go to the back of her head. Now I'll post up on one foot and the opposite arm, and I go for my Kimura sweep. I let her post on the floor, then I'll jump back for my triangle. From here, I'm going to hammer down my feet to control her posture. I'll lift my hips up, push the arm across, and bring my knees back into my chest. I'll keep her arm there by trapping it with my elbow, and I'm going to use my hand to grab the back of her head. Reach up, grab your shin, foot on the hip, and you're going to pivot towards the arm. I'll lock up my triangle, squeeze my knees together, and crunch. Clear the hands like I'm going for a Kimura, and then I'm going to trap one wrist. I move my hips away from the wrist that I trap, and sit up, and my hand's going to go to the back of her head. I'll post the opposite foot and hand, and then I bump into her. I set her up by letting her post her hand on the mat. From here, I'm going to swing my leg out, and I'm going to jump back for my triangle. Now I'm going to finish my triangle by lifting my hips, pushing this arm over, bringing my knees back into my chest. Grab the back of the head and trap her arm with your elbow. Reach up, grab your shin, pivot, lock up the triangle over her shoulder, squeeze your knees together, and crunch.
Again, this is Vanessa and Laura from MMA Candy. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube, Facebook, or MMAcandy.com. Thanks for watching.